Was it?
Yep, and here we are, guys, around the bend. Drive over a couple of branches. And we'll catch you guys after lunch. Bon appetit, bien provecho. Okay, we're heading on now. We just had a nice little quick sandwich here. We're heading on to our final bridge because it's 20 to 4 already. That's how far we are. So we spent a lot of time on the road today. And
a lot of time off the road too.
yeah, there you go. That's a better way of saying it, right? This isn't really much of a road, but it does work. And there'll be another river. Then after the river, it will lead up to another government fenced-in damming duct area to direct it to various regions. And after this, I'm glad the rain, Johnny? Last time it was pouring.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, but we wanted to come back, and Christopher's visiting us. Probably had enough of us now, ready to go back home.
No, not really.
And
but you'll have enough of me within about 3 or 4 days, so
and,
I think the tables will be turned.
and right at the top of those ridges are where the water all starts from, Christopher.
Oh,
Way up there.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, when it rains, they gather pools there, and they channel it, and they, believe it or not, from there it's tubed, and then from the tubing it goes into the various stations, and from there it's all dammed.
What do you think about drinking this water right from this area here?
I think if you did a test on it, you'd find it reasonably drinkable.
I've
Again,
drunk it
I'm gonna
myself.
try it.
I've
I'm
drunk
gonna
it
try it.
myself.
I don't know, it's up to you,
Yeah.
but there's always a chance parasites, always a chance that an animal fell
Right.
and is decomposing, which would not be good.
Right.
That's my main worry about drinking it. But you can see now all these ridges in the foreground. That's where it all starts. All these high ridges, and this country is blessed to have some fantastic mountains. Maybe if Christopher ever comes again one day, we'll go to the middle of the country.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Where the mountains actually go way past the clouds, way above the clouds. And you saw some of our videos about that on our Southwest trip, and we were easily 1,500 feet, 1,800 feet above the cloud ridge. So a very different color of blue up there once you're beyond that. We're coming to near the end of it, and we're going to pick it back up just by the river. And we all hope that you enjoyed coming along with us and being a passenger. And we'll catch you by the riverside. Bury out. And here we're coming to it now, guys, right around the bend. And after this, there's just one more. And is this where you had the picnic,
This is
Johnny?
it, exactly here. Yep.
Wow.
not as running strong as it usually is, but this is where we had our picnic.
I'm gonna stop here for a second and just get on the other side because I definitely want a picture of this.
Oh, Barry's got the got the skills. You never did this before, Jenny?
Huh?
No.
What?
We'll park here for now on the flat and we'll catch you on the fly. I'm gonna do a panoramic here and we'll continue with that. Okay guys, I know I'm going into the sun here, but I'm slowly gonna give you a pan shoot of one of the final rivers. And it's gonna change pretty quickly. Then I'll have the sun by my back. That's where Christopher is where we just came across. And it heads on down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One river after another. And I'll stop here and Christopher! Okay, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're gonna have to make some tracks. On this final segment in our series, Where Does the Water Come From?, I want to briefly recap the events that unfolded during the day and exactly what we covered. What we did was we started our trip at about 9 o'clock in the morning through Cabrera the first time. This did take 3 separate times to complete due to weather, due to a second time we needed a special sling to actually pull out some of the larger rocks and move them. Third time was the charm that we did make it to the primary damming station. Our trip took us through Las Gordas, Tizon, Guarapo, Mata Bonito, Memiso, and beyond. The total trip from Cabrera back to Cabrera calculated to about 108 kilometers. Now you have a better understanding of why I feel our water source is fairly sustainable. It starts in the mountains. These are typical rock mountains, a lot of coral also because this has been pushed up from plate tectonics, which traps a lot of water. Eventually it leads to small rivers which expand to larger rivers as the waters merge together into the damming stations. From there, all the valving in both damming stations is manually controlled. They're simple turn-style valves. They don't rely on pumps. They do not rely on any electric movement of the damming duct or door, if you will. So I feel that's about as reliable as it can get. Of course, it is dependent on rain. That's where there would be an issue if we didn't have a normal supply of rain that, thank God, we seem to have. However, we did not mention there's over 100-year supply of below water aquifers in this region. We hope it gave you a much better understanding of where this originates and how it gets distributed to the small towns. We really appreciate your attention and your support to this YouTube channel and website. One of the most diversified of the over 100 countries I've had the pleasure of visiting in my lifetime. So in closing, if there is any other subjects that you'd like to see covered, if we can do it, we will. Just post a comment in one of the articles on the website. And we'd love to hear from you if you find this series and the other series of videos we're doing beneficial to you. And we look forward to your suggestions. And as I close out, all of my emails and YouTubes. Till next time, this is Barry, NDR.